Hello to everyone in TV land. This is Focus on Liberia online television, and you are listening to the Focus on Liberia Daily News with Gwendolyn Dorado. I bring you the headlines. NEC prepares for by-elections in Nimba and Grand Jetta counties. South Sudanese delegation concludes visits to Liberia. UNHCR extends support to LNRC emergency response efforts. Central wants FIA bus suspended, and Ken Boys beg intergovernmental task force to delay their removal from main streets. Those were the headlines, and I'll bring you the news in details. Madam Davidetta Brown Lasana, the head of the National Election Commission, has announced that they are ready to conduct peaceful elections in Nimba and Grand Jetta counties. The commissioner disclosed that of the 19 candidates vying for the by-elections are 4 senatorial candidates from Nimba County and 15 candidates for a representative position in one district in Grand Jetta County. She made the statement while addressing reporters on Radio Slatoa, a local radio station in Ganta, Nimba County. She, along with 19 electoral magisterial commissioners, as well as other commissioners from the National Election Commission and the international organizations, are currently in Ganta attending a 4-day internal lessons learned conference for the 2023 general elections. The National Election Commission plays a critical role in ensuring fair and efficient elections. The commissioner disclosed that there were 14,000 invalid votes cast during the recently concluded elections. She attributed the large number of invalid votes to the lack of education among voters and blamed the lack of education among Liberians for being a contributing factor and urged Liberians to pursue education to achieve a certain level of literacy. Other commissioners at the conference extended thanks to the various electoral magistrates as well as the rest of the election workers for their professional conduct during the elections. South Sudanese delegation to Liberia says valuable experiences and knowledge gained will be crucial in enhancing preparation for their country's elections expected to take place in December this year. The mission was organized by the UN Women Country Offices in Sudan and Liberia with funding from the government of Norway, with an aim of exchanging knowledge with different Liberian counterparts on transitional reform and elections process, strengthening women's movement, political participation and use of temporary special measures to attain gender equality. During its 5-day visit from 25th to 29th March, the delegation met with the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, the National Elections Commission, Ministry of Justice, the United Nations Country Team, the Women Legislative Caucus, ECOWAS Commission to Liberia, the Liberia Elections Observation Network, the Liberian Media and Society Organization promoting inclusive political participation. The delegation's visit came as Liberia, once affected by back-to-back civil wars, just concluded its 4th post-war general election and second peaceful transition from one democratically elected government to another. The South Sudanese delegation said they learned a lot in Liberia. The United Nations High Commission for Refugee has made a significant donation to the Liberian National Red Cross Society to bolster its emergency response efforts in addressing the devastating impact of recent disasters. The latest donation from the UNHRC includes 100 bales of blankets, 79 cartons of soap, 48 bales of sleeping mats, and many more. The donation came as a crucial support measure during a time of heightened vulnerability for the communities, particularly in the aftermath of disasters such as violent storms, floods, and fires. Expressing gratitude in response, the LNRCS Secretary General Gregory T. Blamo commended the UNHCR as a dependable partner in addressing the increasingly complex humanitarian needs in Liberia. The LNRC has been involved with recent disasters, including violent storm that struck Garmont Town in Penta District, Bon County, leaving 157 individuals affected, with 106 houses completely or partially damaged and 140 people displaced, including women and children. The UNCHR latest donation stands as a testament to the collective commitment to alleviate human suffering and providing hope to those facing adversity in Liberia. With its support, the Red Cross remains steadfast in its mission to uphold the principles of humanity and solidarity. The Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia called on President Joseph Boakai to suspend Stanley Ford, Director General of the Financial Intelligence Agency, and others who were recently linked to alleged financial malpractices at the agency. Central, in a statement released on Thursday, March 28, emphasized that the presence of individuals involved in dubious financial activities undermines the credibility of the institution and hampers its effectiveness in combating financial crimes. On February 27, a front-page Africa investigation revealed the FIA, which has the statutory mandate to investigate financial crimes, has been involved in alleged dubious financial dealings and crimes. According to the report, over US $1 million were disbursed in the name of the comptroller, including over US $500,000 withdrawn on the same day it was transferred by the Central Bank of Liberia, and another report placed to the total amount involved in the scandal to over US $6 million. Ford, according to reliable source, is currently being investigated by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, a move the mayorman and his team have welcomed. The organization heightened the potential damage to public trust and credibility of financial intelligence agency if the allegations are not addressed promptly and appropriately. The Ken Boy Association of Liberia on Saturday, March 30, presented a petition to the government of Liberia through Vice President Jeremiah Cohn over the recent prohibition of combustible petroleum products in jars. Ken Boys are petty traders who sell diesel fuel and gasoline in mayonnaise jars in various street corners in Monrovia and its environs. The Intergovernmental Task Force issued the prohibition recently, with police carrying out raids to curb the illegal trade and clean the streets. The association's president, Bobby Grewe, in the petition requests the intervention of VP Kuhn over their eviction, while appealing for more time to have them finally relocate from the streets. In response, the Liberian vice president applauded the association for peacefully submitting a petition to the government. He recognized the contribution of Ken boys to the country's economy while assuring that their concerns will be reviewed by the government. Vice President Cohn maintained that the intent of the Intergovernmental Task Force is not to go further, is not to go after Liberians who are struggling, but to ensure the safety of the environment and keep it clean for the citizens. That does it for the Focus on Liberia Daily News. I bring you a recap of the headlines. NEC prepares for by-elections in Nimba and Grangeda counties. South Sudanese delegation concludes visit to Liberia. UNHCR extends support to LNRCS emergency response efforts. Central wants FIA bar suspended. And Ken boys beg Intergovernmental Task Force to delay their removal from the streets. On behalf of the management and staff of Focus on Liberia, many thanks to our listeners and viewers. We urge that you keep following us and share our videos. My name is Gwendolyn Dorado. I presented.